All right, join me on page 234 in your science textbook. If you don't have your science book out now, now's the time to pause the video and get that out. Follow along. How does the sun affect climate and weather? The sun is the major source of heat energy for Earth. Earth's surface absorbs heat from sunlight, and the surface heats the air above it. The amount of heat energy that reaches Earth in a place affects the area's climate and weather. So you can see in the picture in your text on page 234 and in the picture on your screen, it's showing how the sun's rays, where they hit directly, take more of that heat energy to that spot. When they're spread out like they are along the poles, you get less heat energy, which is why the North and the South Pole are so cold, because they're not getting direct rays of sunlight. Okay, continuing in your text, climate. Climate is influenced by factors such as temperature, precipitation, wind, mountain ranges, ocean currents, latitude, and altitude. Energy from the sun affects a region's climate in a variety of ways. It warms the air, land, and ocean, and it helps determine patterns of precipitation, wind, and ocean currents. Okay, page 235. Sunlight does not strike Earth's surface at the same angle at all times or in all places. It shines more directly at the equator and more indirectly at the poles. Again, that's what our pictures are showing on page 234 and on your screen. Areas near the equator receive the most heat energy from the sun and generally have warm climates. Closer to the poles, the sun's rays strike Earth at a low angle, spreading their energy over a large area and creating a cool climate. To see how this works, shine a flashlight at a sheet of graph paper. Move the light upward from a low angle to the paper until it is directly above the paper. Notice that fewer squares are lit up as you move the flashlight upward. In the same way, when light from the sun strikes Earth at a higher angle, the energy is concentrated in a smaller area. Weather. Weather is the state of the atmosphere at a given place and time. The local conditions that make up weather are air temperature, air pressure, humidity, wind, clouds, and precipitation. All of these elements are connected to the sun's energy. For example, humidity, clouds, rain, and snow result from evaporation, which is caused by solar radiation. Air pressure is the force put on an area by the weight of the air above it. Air pressure depends on the density of the air. As air is heated by the sun, the molecules in the air move faster and move further apart from one another. For this reason, the heated air becomes less dense and exerts less pressure on Earth's surface. Differences in air pressure are also the cause of wind or moving air. Air moves from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure. By determining air pressure, heat energy from the sun also affects wind patterns. Winds in turn drive the currents on the surface of Earth's oceans. Okay, turning the page 236. How does Earth gain and lose energy? Almost all the heat on Earth comes from the sun. Earth also gives off or radiates heat into space. If Earth were not able to give off some of the energy from the sun, the planet would be too hot for life. When the balance of heat energy is maintained, Earth's average surface temperature remains about 14 degrees Celsius or 59 degrees Fahrenheit. A disruption in the balance can cause the average temperature to rise or fall. The atmosphere plays an important role in maintaining the balance of heat energy on Earth. When the sun's energy reaches the atmosphere, part of it is reflected back into space by water droplets in clouds and dust particles. Another part is absorbed by water vapor in the atmosphere. Only about half of incoming heat energy reaches Earth's surface and is absorbed by it. Different materials on Earth absorb different energy differently. Dark-colored objects become hotter than light-colored objects when exposed to the same amount of sunlight. This is why, on a hot day, people might walk barefoot comfortably over a concrete sidewalk, but hop painfully over a black asphalt driveway. The ocean and the land also absorb heat energy directly. Water heats up and cools down more slowly than land, because it takes more heat to raise the temperature of water than it takes to raise the temperature of land. The resulting differences in temperature influence weather and climate. All right, thanks for watching and following along. You can continue now on your science assignment, and don't forget your brain pop and the talk about it in your Google Classroom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.